warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 12 and today we are going to be presenting our project paper on the challenges in learning web speaking skills during CMCO. The contents of our presentation will be introduction, methodology, findings and discussion, and lastly, conclusion and recommendation. First of all, what is MUET? MUET stands for Malaysian University English Test. It is a language proficiency test that measures English language skills for students enrolled in the pre-university level in Malaysia. It is applicable for STPM, matriculation, foundation and diploma students who is applying for first degree program at a local university. Most university in Malaysia requires MUET results for university admission. The structures in MUET are listening, reading, writing and speaking tests. For listening, the students are given 30 minutes to answer all 20 questions. For reading tests, the students are given 1 hour and 30 minutes. It is the same for writing. The students are given 1 hour and 30 minutes to complete 2 tasks which are the first one, short essay based on the paragraph or charts given, and the second one is a long essay based on the issues given. And the last one, speaking test. Speaking test consists of 2 tasks, which are task A and task B. For task A, it is individual presentation, and for task B, it is a group discussion. The students are given 30 minutes to complete the task. Why we choose MUET students and why we choose Form 6 students is because during the pandemic, the student had to learn online, so it is hard for them to practice speaking alone at home because speaking tests need you to do a group discussion. So to speak alone without listening to your friends' opinion and ideas, it is hard for them. So we choose the respondents from Form 6 students in SMK Kota Baru, Kelantan. There are semester 3 students who had undergoes speaking tests. From our research, we have come with 2 objectives. The first one, challenges in learning web speaking skills through online learning, and the second objective is strategies in achieving a good band in web speaking. Our research questions are: the first one, what are the challenges faced by the Form 6 students in SMK Kota in learning speaking skill through online learning? Our second research question is, what are their strategies in achieving a good band in web speaking?
Challenges in learning MUET speaking skills during CMCO is a research conducted to observe students who take MUET or Malaysian University English Test in terms of the challenges they face, the difficulties, and also the strategies they use to obtain excellent marks. This study mainly focuses on the MUET speaking skills because it is considered to be one of the difficult skills in MUET during CMCO or online class. It needs a guide from the instructor and engagement among students in order to have efficient communication practices. There are some studies that focuses on the challenge in distance learning, while there is almost no research that mainly focuses on MUET speaking tests during CMCO, since it is a current pandemic that has knocked the world. According to George Teo Boon Sai, 2013, distance education differs from conventional face-to-face education, specifically because there is a semi-permanent separation of teacher and learner throughout the learning process. English course students explicitly mention institutional reasons as causing their English language learning difficulties, which one of them is interaction. Teo Boon Sai, 2010. The atmosphere is definitely different when there is no face-to-face interaction. New Straits Times 2020. This research aimed to investigate the distance learners' views about the challenges they face in learning the English language in the programs pioneered by the School of Distance Education (SDE) at University Science Malaysia USM. There were 3 sections in the questionnaire: Section A, B, and C, which cover aspects of the English language that learners find difficult to learn, factors that present difficulties for students, and the reasons why students find language learning via distance education to be difficult. The methodology of this study is questionnaires that were distributed during their first intensive course lecture. One of the major findings in the previous study is the lack of training in English language communication skills was found to be the main challenge facing distance learners. Agnes Liao Wei-Lin, 2013. In another statement, listening and reading seem a lot more difficult. New Straits Times, 2020. But actually, speaking skill is more demanding, which a teacher needs to be more creative in class in order to encourage their students to speak in class and boost their confidence. In an initiative to boost the students' confidence in speaking, a teacher in one of the secondary schools in Kluang Johor held singing competitions, poetry recitals, and sharing sessions during class. New Straits Times, 2020. However, speaking skills are more challenging and need a lot of consideration because during the speaking test, candidates often fail to score because they do not stick to what was given and discuss other things. New Straits Times, 2020. Students indicated this level of interaction was insufficient for their learning and there is a lack of interaction between lecturer and students as well as among students. Kathy Belajar, 2013. Many candidates also have a hard time trying to come up with the right words to use when presenting their views. Last but not least, throughout the literature, there is consistent evidence that shows learning English, especially speaking skills, is quite challenging due to the lack of interaction between teachers and students and also among students. Even though this research is mainly focused on university students who are in distance learning, it is comparable in terms of the medium that was used, which is through online platforms. In a study of 5 institutional reasons adult distance learners find it difficult to learn the English language via distance education, a student stated that the lack of communication between lecturers and he or she is one of the reasons why the grammar aspects cannot be mastered.
This study used quantitative methods through questionnaires using Google Form. The Google Form contains of 3 sections, Section 1, Section 2, and Section 3. Section 1 is about demographic information of respondents. Section 2 contains of question about research question number 1, challenges in studying MUET speaking skills through online learning, while Section 3 for research question number 2, strategies in achieving good band in MUET speaking skills. Next, way to get information. Researchers obtain information through Google Form by using a 4-point Likert scale. Respondents need to choose between a scale of 1 to 4 for each question to indicate that they are agree or disagree. After that, way to get respondents is using a stratified random sampling, where a Google Form link was given only to 20 Form 6 students of SMK Kota as the respondent. And the last one, way to process data.
The data has been analyzed and calculated automatically in Google Form by calculating the number and percentage. Data are presented in the form of charts and graphs. This study used quantitative methods through questionnaires using Google Form. The Google Form.
This is the demographic profile, which the respondents are among 18 years old to 20 years old, and female respondents are more than male respondent, which is 18 out of 20 respondents. For the research question 1, challenges in learning MUET speaking skill shows that most of the respondents agree with the statement of the effect of online learning reduces students' enthusiasm to practice in English. While Figure 3 shows the challenges that might be faced by the respondents. In Figure 3, we can see that lack of practice on speaking skills at home is the most challenging challenge. There are 17 in total of agree and strongly agree for that challenge. What can I see from the whole result of the study? All of the challenges that had been stated in Figure 3 more or less influence the challenge of lack of practice. Internet connection, less interaction, and slow responses from teachers, easily loses focus, and other challenges may lead to the lack of practice. Slow response from teachers had the least challenging challenge because usually teacher will give feedback or comments immediately after speaking practice. Moreover, there are lack of practice, so there are no need response from the teachers. Next, preferred method in learning MUET speaking skill. Most of respondents prefer face-to-face classes, while one of the respondents choose online classes. Maybe the one who choose online class not having much problem and challenge in learning through online class. Research question 2. Strategies in achieving good band in MUET speaking test. From this diagram, practice the pronunciation for certain complicated words is the useful strategies that have been chosen by the respondents. It is true that we need to improve our pronunciation so that we can speak English fluently. Moreover, pronunciation matters in MUET speaking test. What can I say is, actually all of the strategies that have been stated in the diagram are useful. For example, the second useful strategies, which are improve basic vocabulary, practice on avoiding Malay filler while speaking, and watching movies with English subtitles, had 18 respondents who agree with it. Just practice speaking with friends through video call had the least useful strategies as they need a great network connection to practice through video call.
In conclusion, the Form 6 students of SMK Kota agreed that studying online gives them many challenges to learn speaking skills. The main challenges in learning speaking skills through online learning that faced by the Form 6 students of SMK Kota are: first, lack of practice on speaking skills at home. Second, difficult to understand the lesson through online learning. And third, problem with the internet connection. Internet connection is the common challenge in online learning that can lead to many other challenges. Next, the main strategies to achieve a good band in the MUET speaking test based on the findings of the study are to practice the pronunciation of certain complicated words and improve the basic vocabulary. These strategies are able to help respondents not to make online learning challenges as a barrier for them to achieve good band in MUET speaking test. Next.
So that's all from us. Thank you for listening.